Dan pemirsa, kembali bersama kami dalam Power Breakfast dan kita di segmen Create Up, dan kali ini kita akan membahas tema menarik yakni belajar mengaji dengan bantuan AI ala startup, dan sudah tersambung melalui line Zoom bersama Martin Enter, founder and CEO Vokal.ai. Thank you Martin for joining us today.
Thank you, selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi. Okay, we'll discuss about ngaji.ai. So what is the main reason or main inspiration of the creation of the establishment of ngaji.ai?
Yeah, so I think it's a combination. It is part of the technology. So what we can do very well is analyze a text when somebody speaks a written text, and analyze how it is spoken, and then give feedback to your pronunciation. So that is the core of the technology. And from my own passion, I would have loved doing something that creates a lot of impact to the people. And one day I stood on my balcony, and then the mosque started. And then I got the inspiration of doing this. And that was, in a way, the start of ngaji.ai.
Okay, is this the first application or platform for learning reciting Quran in the world, or maybe in Indonesia?
I think it is the first that uses this kind of AI that really focuses and can grow with giving this accurate and direct feedback.
Okay, so the AI will give the user feedback, but maybe you can explain to us firstly, what is the learning method like? What should do by the users for using the ngaji.ai?
Yeah, so it's a bit similar to ICRO, what is quite known here in Indonesia. So it is learning to read and pronounce the Quran in Arabic. So it contains a lot of material to repeat and pronounce and exercise reading the Quran. And we built that up together with several universities here in Indonesia, cooperating with the ustads.
Okay, about the developing process, do you and your team work together with the other parties, like maybe from the Religion Affairs Ministry or maybe from MUI to get a better result or feedback for this platform?
Yeah, so for example, one example is the cooperation with Muhammadiyah. We work together with the university in Malang, and they've collected specifically speech data of children, because children have a very high tone in their voice when they are small. So you need to collect the data to train the AI to be able to understand how they are pronouncing things.
Okay, but the user itself is open for any age, right? It's not limited for children or maybe only adult.
True, so it's open for any age. And that is also the goal of this, that it is accessible. It doesn't have to matter if you are young or what area you live or what age you have in that sense. So that is also the idea behind it, that it is accessible.
So it means for the beginner, it also can be used, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's interesting. But how do you see the effectiveness of this learning method?
Yeah, we already seen that it is very effective. So within 1 month, we already proven that people could speak and also remember. That is also part of it when you recite it, and your memory starts to work as well. So within 1 month, we saw that a real beginner can already recite, so without looking at texts, the beginning of this Quran reading. Why that is possible is that this application supports that you can learn anytime, anywhere, every day, for example, for 10 minutes, and during that learning you get accurate and direct feedback to what you are saying and how you are saying it.
Okay, so maybe you can describe to us how the response of the Indonesian people maybe about this application is the highly responded, and how many times the application has been downloaded?
Yeah, so we see a very positive response. The application is now downloaded 30,000 times, and the active users is over 20,000 active users. And we just started. In a way, we had an official launch last week, and before that we had like a minimal viable product that was live. And we see already that we grow 30 to 40% each month in usage.
Okay, so 30,000 downloaded, and the active users is already 1,000 of users. But I'm really curious about the platform or the application. Is the application provide many features, or maybe you can mention us and explain to us what are the features of the application itself?
Yeah, so it is of course the learning of the Arabic in that sense, and also the recitation of the Quran. So there's the material to do that, but also what we are providing is the surahs, and that you can learn to not only listen to it but also actively recite them and get feedback to that. The point of praying, we have also what we are going to more and more, and that is also our sustainable future plan, is that we give personal learning. So we can track what the challenge is of each learner and then provide specific exercises to that learner.
Okay, so many features that are provided by the ngaji.ai. But let's say that I'm going to use the application. How long does it take to learn to recite Quran from maybe I'm beginner to be advanced using ngaji.ai platform?
Yeah, so we have now like a 6 months of learning in a way with the material and the different features. It is difficult to say yet how much time it takes to go from a beginner to an advanced. It also depends on how many times you are doing it a day. But we can already see the real progress from beginner to a next phase in about 3 to 6 months. If you study every day 10 minutes.
So it depends on the user itself.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin, we'll continue the discussion after we have take a break. Pemirsa tetaplah bersama kami, Power Breakfast segera kembali sesaat lagi. Dan pemirsa masih bersama kami dalam Power Breakfast, dan kita masih mengulas soal belajar ngaji lewat startup, dan kembali kita lanjutkan diskusi kita bersama dengan dari founder dan CEO Vokal.ai, Martin Enter. Martin, about ngaji.ai. Is it only provide AI service for users to learn Quran, or provide teacher also as maybe for the consultation services?
Yeah, so what we are also providing is a dashboard. So what we are doing, and that is also I think important in this, is making ngaji learning measurable, so that teachers but also parents can see if the kids really are learning and how far they are progressing.
Okay, so it will be helpful for the user. But since ngaji.ai is one of the product from Vokal.ai, maybe you can share us too about a business model of Vokal.ai and maybe ngaji.ai too.
Yeah, I can do that. So ngaji.ai's business model you can compare with Duolingo. So it would be the idea to make ngaji.ai the Duolingo for ngaji. So that's a freemium. It should be accessible to a lot of people from different backgrounds. And then, the business comes from specific features. And Vokal.ai is the AI company here in Indonesia, Jakarta based. Ngaji.ai is the first product, but we are also already working on AI-based speech recognition for specifically Indonesian languages and accents. So we can recognize well what is said, for example, in Bahasa Batak or another language, and then translate it to Bahasa Indonesia or use it, for example, in customer service. So this is also coming up in Vokal.ai.
Okay, got it. But how do you see this platform, or maybe Vokal.ai, including ngaji.ai, as a sustainable and profitable platform?
Yeah, so both of these products are based on unique technology. That is our IP, that we own that as a company, and we developed it further with our own specialists. So once we collect a lot of data, we become very strong. And this is really Indonesian based. So this will also stay within Indonesia. We are working on a value creation on AI. That's one part. The other part is, if you have a wide population, and let's say also ngaji, you have 230 million people that have a need in a way to also learn to speak Arabic and also learn to recite the Quran. And you see that 65% is unable to read the Quran correctly, was stated by several research organizations in Indonesia. So there's a real need in a very big market. And if you look beyond Indonesia, then you have 800 million people that are non-native Arabic speakers in Southeast Asia.
But is there any specific strategy to increase the users of Vokal.ai or ngaji.ai products in Indonesia especially?
So the strategy will first be to really show that it works, and expand on a freemium basis. And we are already seeing it. So we are growing very fast at the moment, and we can see that it is already accepted in that sense. So when you do that and you know the market is very large, then you can calculate this is a sustainable business.
And I'm sure that this Ramadan is a great momentum for ngaji.ai and Vokal.ai to make Indonesian people more understand and want to learn more Quran from the platform that you provided. But this is the last question maybe. What are ngaji.ai's or maybe Vokal.ai's long-term targets?
So is to make the number one AI speech recognition for Indonesian and by Indonesian. And so we want to, but we would like to expand Ngaji, for example, to global. So like I said, the Duolingo of Ngaji. So that is going global. And on an AI basis is that we can also make this speech recognition personalized, so that it is really understanding the different needs of different people. And the same for the other thing, like for example, personalized AI, for example, people from Sumatra that recognize their language and what the needs are, and from Bali, etc. And that is something you can use, for example, for customer service. And there's a huge need now for customer service to understand, with AI, what people need.
Okay, we hope that all of the targets will be achieved as soon as possible. And I wish a very good luck for Vokal.ai and ngaji.ai. Thank you very much, Martin, for sharing with us today. See you.
Okay, thank you very much for having me here, and looking forward to create a success.
Thank you very much. Dan pemirsa, itu tadi ulasan kita ataupun diskusi kita terkait dengan belajar ngaji via AI. Dan tadi semoga bisa menjadi inspirasi untuk Anda. Dan pemirsa, sebelum kita mengakhiri Power Breakfast kali ini, kita akan lihat terlebih dahulu posisi indeks harga saham gabungan di pukul 9:28 waktu Indonesia Barat, di mana terpantau pemirsa indeks harga saham gabungan atau IHSG ini melemah 0,67%. Cukup dalam ke level 7.383.209. Sementara saham-saham yang menjadi top gainers di antaranya ada BRI, ini menguat BRI, kemudian BBNI, BHAT, dan juga BSDE. Sementara ada baik IOTF, ADI, dan BDKR yang juga sama-sama dapat Anda cermati di layar televisi Anda. Dan pemirsa, 90 menit sudah kami menemani Anda dalam Power Breakfast. Semoga pembahasan yang kami hadirkan dapat menjadi inspirasi untuk Anda. Tetap perbarui informasi Anda hanya di IDX Channel, Your Trustworthy and Comprehensive Investment Reference. Saya Fajar Wayung, sampai jumpa.